I noticed that I got laxed on teaching like old school shit, like specifically knowing a child's place, you know. And lately I have been correcting, whenever they step out of a child's place, because I'm like, they're getting older. They need to understand this at an early age so that they don't grow up and have issues, because me growing up, I just went to my cousin's wedding yesterday, and I seen a bunch of the beautiful matriarchs of the family. By me seeing the matriarchs yesterday, it reminded me of when I was a kid, and there was some shit you just couldn't do. You wasn't about to stand around grown folk while they had grown folk conversation. And if you were allowed to stand around by chance that they didn't notice you, you was a motherfucking statue. You didn't interject with your opinions. You didn't add to the story. You didn't even laugh, because if you was noticed, this, hey, y'all wait. Hey, you go find something to do. Or you going back there with the kids. It wasn't no, ooh, yeah, mama, and remember they said, no, it wasn't none of that. Because you're a child. You're seeing this world as a child sees it, which has its perks and advantages in certain instances. But when it comes to grown folk matters, you a child. You supposed to get from round, get little. Or if you are privileged enough to be in the presence of grown folk, just listen, laugh in your mind, think about that shit. Oh damn, that's fucked up. But you don't speak, you don't add to the story, you don't say, yeah, and they tried to tell me, okay, you a child, I love you, I protect you, I'm gonna rear you and raise you. But I found myself telling my children, okay, if an adult tells you something that's not gonna hurt you, they're not trying to lure you away to some fuck ass shit, do it, and then come tell us. And as the adults, if we feel that it was wrong, we're going to address that adult on your behalf. But I really don't go for talking back, none of that. If your teacher wrong, take that L. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Okay. Do the shit or be quiet, whatever the fuck that request is. But then after that, you come tell the parent, let the parent handle it. And hopefully the parent handle it with some sense instead of move to emotional ass decisions from what a child told them. and I thought about it. One of my aunties, nigga, if you was at her house and they was cooking, you couldn't walk through the kitchen. You couldn't come in the kitchen. No children in the kitchen. We cooking. And they used to show their ass cooking too, boys. So, and the funny thing was, the way the house was, the motherfucking bathroom, you had to go through the kitchen to get. So it was times as a kid, I'm standing there at the doorway like, okay, is this a valid enough reason to go in this kitchen while they cooking? But, it taught the understanding of authority. Back in the day, you ain't had to agree with what the king said. You didn't have to agree with what the queen said. But if you rebutted or didn't do it, that was your life. Sometimes, for the sake of being right, we lose so much other shit. Yeah, you might be right. But there was times in my father's house, the kid, I might have felt he was on some bullshit. But I was under his roof. I was under his rules. Fuck what I felt. Fuck what I felt until I was old enough to get my own. And I got the fuck out at 19. Now, shit, me and my parents have a good ass relationship. But I understood authority. I understood that they may be wrong right now, or I may feel that way. But I don't know the bigger picture. So I'm going to obey if it isn't telling me to go against my morals or anything that's going to hurt me. I'm going to obey until I'm from up under. There's a lot of grown ass people living in somebody else's house telling that person what the fuck they not going to do in their house. And I live by, you ain't grown until you got your own. I don't give a fuck who you is. So there's a lot of people that weren't taught that shit as a kid. And unfortunately, since we don't experience loving, proper authority as a kid, when we come against correction as an adult, we flare up. Oh, nigga, who the fuck you think you talking? No, I'm grown. No, nigga, you ain't grown. Your mind telling me that you ain't grown. You're not mature. Age-wise, you're considered an adult, but there's a physical age and an emotional age, and a lot of motherfuckers still in emotional preschool right now. But the funny thing is, I'm just telling my daughter, yeah, I've been on y'all lately, but don't think daddy don't love y'all. Daddy just wants y'all to understand there's a season and a reason for everything. And the shit that I might not allow y'all to do now, you will one day be able to do. But you're not gonna you're not about to come in the kitchen and ask your mama what she cooking. You're just gonna fucking eat whatever she's cooking. And if you don't eat it, we're not gonna adjust the meal plan for you, baby. You just not gonna eat tonight. And and I know that shit probably sound ogreish. I mean, like I said, growing up, I hated some moments in my house. But looking back, I understand. I hated some moments at my aunties and uncles' houses and shit. Nigga washing baseboards. But that's some character building ass shit. Not being able to just go in the pantry and get what the fuck you want because that shit was assigned to a certain day for a certain meal. That was some character building ass shit. But now as an adult, I understand, especially when you got extra motherfuckers in your house that you ain't birth or contribute to. But the funny part is, right after I just had this talk with my daughter, letting her know I correct her out of love, I'm in the gas station. I see the gas station people got CBD. I let the lady know, hey, I'm a licensed processor. Let me know what your numbers is. I see what I could do for you with my strain. She took my information down, but a black dude behind me, an older man, was like, brother, go to Vista and get you some cards, man. I said, yes, sir. I planned on doing it today, which I actually did. But he and she was like, okay, well, what do you do? I said, well, I actually work for, these people, but I also am a licensed processor. So, he told me, hey, man, you don't work for nobody. You an independent contractor. There's your vocation and your avocation. He like, if you in Cali as an actor, if somebody asks you what you do, you're an actor. But when they say, how do you pay the bills? Well, I wash dishes. He like, so nah, you don't work for nobody, young man. You an independent contractor. I could have said, nigga, fuck you, mind your business, whole ass nigga, this my shit. No, nigga, stay humble, stay teachable. Yes, sir. Pour into me where you see I'm slacking, improve my motherfucking macking, and I will love you for that. I thank you for that. You just helped me be a better person. And that's all I try to do with my children, with anybody I come across. I go from correcting my daughter to being corrected in front of my daughter. But I live by the rule that I can't eat pride, fuck pride, use pride to pay my bills, or live in pride if I don't have a roof. So, shit. I try to stay humble. That's how I feel about my own pride is how I also feel about other people's opinions. Them shits can't pay my bills or get me off when I need to get off. So fuck other people's opinions. That's why I can do this shit freely. Do it lovingly. Not concerned about how it make me look. Yeah, the nigga corrected me. Older man, and I appreciate him. I ain't get mad. Shit, somebody come to me telling me what my children did. I'm about to listen to both sides. I ain't about to just go ham because it's my child. Unfortunately, some parents are only parents when there's drama to get involved in. We just got to get better.